break it down.
Get swishy with it. Swish Edition.
Dude. Hey, we're just back from seeing the Katy Perry concert for the second time here in Vegas. Let me tell you guys, even better the second time. Powerhouse pop singer of the world.
It's great, man.
Just back from singing for the new King of England. And here she is doing 2 shows this past weekend in Vegas, and then jetting off back to LA to do the finale of American Idol. That's over now. They crowned a new winner. It's like the 20,000th season. I don't know.
Yeah, and I believe that if you want to go see her, you got to do it in June, because I think she has like July off, and then she comes back in August or something.
Yeah,
August dates.
I think August, September, and then November is her very, very last show.
Yeah,
I don't know why it should end, because it's like really super popular.
it's probably
Although,
a grind,
let me
man.
tell you,
it's a grind.
Scott almost got kicked out of the theater.
You're being a dumb dick.
I was being a dumb dick. I was so upset. So we were off to kind of one side. We're in fifth row, kind of center-ish, with our 2 girlfriends, Lindsay and Farron. And the entire center audience was sitting down, never on their feet, looking like they were so fucking bored. It's like, where did they find these people for this concert?
I feel like that those people like us who are in those nice seats,
Yeah.
a lot of them are not paying customers. They're
Right.
from the casino.
They're taking a free ticket.
And they're like, all right, I'll go.
Right.
And
they're
they're
not
not
necessarily Katy Perry fans.
Right.
I know every song. I've been literally singing California Girls all day.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so friggin' great. And we got a great picture. Cannot wait. Better than the first picture we got. So we got to meet her. That was cool. And, you know, Lindsay, our friend Lindsay, her last name is Bloom.
Yes.
So when she went up to talk to Katie, she said, I just wanted to let you know my last name is Bloom. And Katie got a kick out of that because, of course, her husband is Orlando. Bloom. They have kids together, and their last names are Bloom, I assume. Anyway, big news coming out of Disney this week. I kind of saw this coming.
Did you? Because how would you know?
The 1-year-old Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which was the fully immersive hotel built at the Magic Kingdom down there in Florida, is closing. It is not. It hasn't done well. But I just read this, Dale, after I wrote the script for today's show and before we sat down to do the show. It is now completely 100% sold out for every available date
Sure it is.
left.
Sure it
Because
is.
people realize, oh, shit, I need to go.
Need to go. See,
But-
for me, if you invest that much money, and you know, I don't know if you'd said that, but it was like, you know,
Yeah.
it's $5,000 for
2 people.
2 people. There's a 2-night minimum stay.
Yeah.
That if you're having problems filling it, and you spent that much money, just reduce the price.
Reduce the fucking
price a
price.
little,
But they
bit.
apparently didn't want to do that. Even the biggest diehard Star Wars fans found it too expensive.
Yeah.
The last cruise will happen sometime in late September. I think it's September 30th is their last date. There's things like you go in there, you're fully immersed. So there's lightsaber training,
Yeah.
dance lessons, themed food. You also have direct access to the Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios, which I actually really want to see.
I want to go.
We got to
Yeah.
go. They also have it here on the West Coast. They've got it at Disneyland, too, so we could see it there. No details yet on what they're going to do with this massive building with 100 hotel rooms, but I'm sure they'll figure that out.
They'll figure out something.
Yeah. Of course, Disney is also laying off 7,000 people this summer, which is a lot of employees.
And what you don't have on here is they also pulled out on their $1 billion other project.
Yeah, they were going to move lots of executives from California
It's like
to
office
Florida.
space, yeah.
And this is all because of DeSantis. We don't want to get into the political stuff,
no.
but yeah, there's a lot going on with Disney. But don't cry for Disney. They made $22 billion in this past quarter. They're doing okay.
I want to know what a $1 billion office complex looks like. It's fucking A.
Me too. Me too.
Jesus.
So I was interested. I was wondering, where is Disney on the scheme of companies in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that they're the 110th largest company by revenue in the entire world.
Wow.
110th. I thought they'd be higher than that. So then I was wondering, okay, so if they're 110th, what are the top 10 in the world, the entire world?
Yeah.
I don't know if this will surprise you or not, but the number one company by revenue in the entire planet, the entire planet that we live on, is Walmart. Did you know that?
I mean, they're all over the world.
Almost $700 billion worth of revenue every year.
Yeah. Wow.
Second is a company called Saudi Aramco. It's an oil and gas company over in Saudi Arabia. Third is Amazon, which is kind of not a surprise. Number 4 is Sinopec, which is a Chinese oil and gas company. Number 5 is PetroChina, which is an oil and gas company in China. China uses a lot of oil and gas. Number 6 is ExxonMobil, which is, I believe, an American company. Yes. I think ExxonMobil is an American company.
I don't know for sure.
Number 7 is Apple. Apple is pretty big. We have some listeners that work for Apple. I know that. Number 8 is Shell. That's another oil and gas company, which I believe is an American company. And then 9 and 10 are both healthcare companies, United Health and CVS Health.
CVS, out of all the CVS surprises me.
It did surprise me, too. CVS is one of the largest pharmacies in the United States, and it's the 10th biggest company in the entire world.
Because, and the reason why it surprises me is I'm unaware of CVS outside of the United States, maybe Canada, but where else is a CVS? And so for it to make the world top 10 list is pretty freaking amazing.
But what's crazy is that the richest man in the entire world is the head of Fendi and Tiffany and all these companies, these luxury brand companies. He doesn't even rate in the top 10, but he's the richest man in the entire world.
Well, that's just personal wealth.
Personal wealth.
Yeah. Because that guy, because I know what you're referring to, is that news thing from Sunday, I think it was on.
Yeah.
But so he owns lots of luxury brands.
Lots of companies that are probably not included in a conglomerate, right?
I mean, because if you think something like Tiffany, it's a luxury brand, they make money, but for a top 10 for the world.
And then Elon Musk is the second richest man in the entire world, and he's not in the top 10.
He's not a company.
No, he's an individual.
Yeah.
Right, I get it. Okay, so I'm missing... Yeah, all right, we got it. Do you guys, this is where you're getting your financial news, right here on the Swish Edition.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition. From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
We got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and they fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your
It's
hosts,
very exciting for me because this is the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
Super excited to be back because we've been gone for 2 weeks. We took a week off last week. Dale and I were on vacation. Our whole life is vacation, so literally our whole life is a vacation. It is. I mean, we are starting a new company this fall. We're not going to talk about it now, and certainly not on the Swish Edition, but we are starting a new company, so we will be working for our bacon.
I'm actually pretty excited about this venture because I'm hoping that it will be a revenue stream, but it's also, I think, will be fun to do. It's going to be fun to do.
It might be a surprise to our listeners, but we have not gotten rich from the Swish Edition. I don't think we've ever made a dime from the Swish Edition.
Well, you can't. Well, yes, but
good things have happened because
of the
show.
Swish Edition has brought us a lot of fun things in the past, not in the last 5 years, but.
Oh, but you get such glory and entertainment from the show and personal.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. No, okay. Should we talk about the Australian
Yes,
woman?
please.
There was an Australian. We're going to talk about the nutty news that happened in the past 2 weeks. So some of this stuff might be a little older than normal because it's stuff I wrote down over the last 14 days since we last talked to you. An Australian woman survived on wine and lollipops for 5 days.
Love it. She does nothing different than what we do here. We're just at home.
The 48-year-old was found in a very remote part of Victoria after waving at a police helicopter that was looking for her. She said she took a wrong turn and ended up getting her car stuck in the mud. And she couldn't walk out of the mud because of health problems. So she drank the bottle of wine that she had bought for her mother as a gift. And she had a few lollipops in her pocket. And that's what she survived on for 5 days.
So when you go to the bank, and I know a lot of people don't, grab those lollipops.
Grab those lollipops. You should always have snacks in your car. You never know when you might get stuck in the mud.
You know, that's actually not a bad idea. Although, I mean, but I would only do that. I mean, we live in a major city.
We live in a major metropolitan area. I don't think we're going to get stuck.
I don't think we wouldn't have that issue, but you should plan accordingly if you're going to be traveling somewhere.
Agreed. I think that you should always have a roll of toilet paper in the car because you never know when you might have to poop on the side of the road. I've literally had to do it twice. Speaking of pooping, Robert De Niro. You know, this man is an actor. He's a legend in Hollywood. He's 79 years old. Just last month, he had his 7th child with his girlfriend.
This is unbelievable.
He's 79 years old,
Yeah.
and his sperm are still fertile.
And she's 64.
His girlfriend is Tiffany Chen. She's 64 years old, a martial arts instructor.
No, I think this is great, but and you know,
They had a child together.
But I always thought that it was like really, really dangerous to have a child like past 50.
I know, you might end up with a mongoloid or something. Is that an appropriate term?
I don't
these
know.
days? I don't know.
I don't know what a mongoloid is.
Like a retarded child or something.
No, I just think that it was. I just think that I always heard that like after 50 that it was. It's hard to have a successful
pregnancy. Exactly. Anyway, apparently Tiffany is very fertile, and so is Robert De Niro. 7 kids, Robert De Niro. De Niro's oldest child is 51 years old.
Jesus, it reminds me of like that Succession story because how old is Connor? He's certainly like at least 30 years older than his siblings on that show. Right?
Yeah, he's much older than the rest of them. That's crazy. Anyway, so between De Niro's 2 children, or oldest child and youngest children, 51 years difference.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
Damn.
That's like 2 generations.
2?
3.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
because that 51-year-old could easily have like a 30-year-old, and that 30-year-old could easily have
a 10-year-old. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Velveeta. You guys know the cheese company Velveeta. They launched a new cheesy chocolate truffles. This comes from Dale's sister. Dale's sister Tracy brought this story to us.
Did she really?
She did. She texted it to me. So Velveeta worked with a chocolate company, and they've released a shell-shaped chocolate exterior with a Velveeta cheese interior. Yeah. You get 5 of them for $25 online.
Damn.
I mean, these are literally, okay, so I looked it up, and I asked Tracy if I should buy them, and I like literally don't want to, because who
want to try it.
Who wants to bite into a piece of chocolate and get cheese inside? Not only cheese, it's processed, yucky, gross cheese. Right?
Yes.
For $25.
Don't say processed gross, because there is a place.
Oh, I do
world
like
for
Velveeta cheese dinner. Yeah.
And it's, well, I mean, yeah, you're talking about like the traditional box macaroni and cheese, which I have, eaten.
It's fine.
Tons of in my lifetime.
Of course.
But it's also great for like nachos and you melt it down and stuff like that. So there's a place for it.
It comes in a big block.
It's a block of cheese.
It's a block of processed cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, past ridiculousness from the Velveeta company included a Velveeta-infused martini and cheese-scented nail polish. Now, who the fuck wants cheese-scented fingers? That's the shit I want to wash off.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I didn't buy the set of
Thank God.
5 Velveeta
Like,
chocolates.
I'm not even interested in trying it.
No, I don't even want to try it because I know exactly what it's going to taste like. It's going to taste like
Shit.
chocolate and cheese. All right, this is so crazy. Guys, did you see this story? And it's not even fair. A New Jersey man was sitting in his house and a fucking rock came flying through his ceiling and landed on his hardwood floor.
Ay.
It's been confirmed that the 2-pound rock that landed on his hardwood floor is a meteorite that's 4.5 billion years old.
Get the fuck out.
It was warm, by the way. 4.5 inches by 6 inches. It went through the roof and the ceiling and left a dent in his hardwood floor. He called somebody, and somebody came and got it and like carbon dated it or something. No one was injured, but guess what? He doesn't even get to keep it.
Bullshit.
They took it.
Bullshit. Who's
They
they?
took it. The meteorite people.
Bullshit.
If a meteorite lands in your house,
It's
I
mine.
think it's yours.
It's mine. It's fucking mine.
I think he shouldn't have called anybody. He
I
should
mean,
have just
no,
kept it.
you could call somebody, but I think there's some sort of law. I mean, this thing is on my property. It's fucking mine. If I go out digging in this backyard and I find bones of a fucking T-Rex,
It's ours.
is that not mine?
It's ours as long as we own it. Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, there could be rules and laws for.
This is what I was worried about when we were thinking about building a pool back here.
You were thinking about bodies.
I was thinking about what happens if they find Jimmy Hoffa when they start digging up the backyard to build the pool.
I don't want to own Jimmy Hoffa's bones.
I know, but it's very possible Jimmy Hoffa's buried in our backyard.
Very true.
It's very possible.
Although
No one knows where he ended up.
Although this city has grown so much, I think they may have found everybody that was missing. Although Lake Mead's the one that's uncovering all the shit.
Exactly. Just a little background information. About 1,000 of these rocks land in people's yards every year. Not necessarily in yards. Sometimes they're in fields or way out in the desert.
A lot.
Yeah. There's a lot of meteorites. There's a lot of things coming and hitting this Earth from outer space.
Well, that's kind of cool. Now I can't wait to get one.
I hope we get one. I just hope it doesn't land on your head.
Well, yeah, I don't want to do that, but I'm not calling anybody. I'm taking it to Pawn Stars.
Speaking of warm rocks, watch out for those McNuggets, people. A McDonald's franchisee, not the major McDonald's company, is going to be held liable after a jury trial found that a chicken McNugget that fell out of a Happy Meal burned a 4-year-old South Florida girl's leg. This reminds me of that fucking coffee story from years ago. She reportedly had 2nd-degree burns on her leg from a fucking chicken McNugget, which I find very, very, very hard to believe.
Yeah, I mean, for something like that to happen, you got to take the nugget from the
Directly
oil
from the
directly to
oil
her leg.
and like literally put it on
Put
your
it on
leg.
her leg.
The suit was all about the fact that they weren't warned that the food might be hot.
See, this is
We've been
ignorant-
there. How many times have we been
ignorant
at this
fucking
place?
people who are able to get their way, and these are frivolous lawsuits.
The McNugget got wedged between the seatbelt and her skin for over 2 minutes before the mother could stop the car. That's what she said in the suit.
Boo.
Give me a fucking
Boo.
break. I just don't buy anything from this story.
No,
I don't believe we've gotten chicken McNuggets hundreds of times. They've never been so hot that I couldn't touch it.
Right.
Ever. So what did they do? Put this in a 900 degree pizza oven or something?
What I want to know is, what is the temperature to result in a 2nd-degree burn?
I don't know.
And is that temperature high enough to burn through the paper box that it comes in?
I just don't get it. The whole story is just bullshit to me. And it went to a jury trial? Are you kidding me? About a McNugget hitting a 4-year-old's leg? It just seems so bullshit to me. But this is the world we're living in nowadays.
I know.
In more fast food news, Taco Bell. Oh, I love this story. Taco Bell wants the government to cancel Taco John's Taco Tuesday trademark. So I didn't even know Taco John was a thing, but I had to look it up. Taco John is a chain of 400 restaurants in 23 states. Did you know that?
Where?
23 states. They trademarked the name Taco Tuesday all the way back in 1989, which happens to be the year I graduated from high school. Taco Bell has 7,200 locations in the U.S. and 1,000 overseas. And Taco Bell doesn't want any money. They just think everyone should be able to use the term Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Taco John says, when it comes right down to it, we're lovers, not fighters at Taco John's. But when a big bad bully threatens to take away our mark, our forefathers originated so many decades ago, well, that just rings hollow to us. If living must means filling the pockets of Taco Bell's army of lawyers, we're not interested. So Taco John is fighting this. They want to keep their Taco Tuesday trademark.
I would.
But hey, we've been using Taco Tuesday forever. Yeah. I didn't know it was a trademark. Did you?
I had no idea. I had no idea.
And P.S. everyone, sometimes tacos are also hot. So don't let your 4-year-old put it on their leg. We'll keep up with this story and let you know if Taco John or Taco Bell wins.
Now I got to figure out where these stores are. Is it like Northeast?
I didn't look it up. I probably should have done some more research.
I have
never heard of a Taco John.
It is many times that we have traveled this country, even by car. I have never once heard or seen of a Taco John.
No, not once. In more food news, Heinz announces Heinz Remix machines. Now,
I think this is so fucking cool.
Dale and I are actually really excited about this. This is a condiment machine that will create more than 200 flavor combinations. Inside this machine, they have ketchup, Heinz 57 sauce, ranch, barbecue, jalapeno, chipotle, buffalo, mango. And you get to pick if you want it to be low, medium, or high. You get to pick like the spiciness of your creation. I assume there's going to be mayonnaise in there too and mustard. And
there has to be.
You're going to be able to come up with all this interesting combinations for your hot dog or your hamburger or your fries or whatever.
Does Heinz make a mustard?
I think Heinz makes a mustard.
Do they?
Sure.
Okay. I think this is great. This is like, think of like when you told me this, you got to think of that Coca-Cola machine that you find in some fast food restaurants. A lot of them are in theaters.
Which we can make your own drinks.
And you make your own kind of thing.
Half Sprite, half Coke if you want. Yeah.
I think this is just cool as shit.
The machine will show up in theaters, ballparks, and restaurants early in 2024. And it's also going to track preferences so that the company knows how better to stock the machine.
There you go.
So if like people are using 50% mayonnaise, they're going to put more mayonnaise in like a fucking machine.
Oh, now they're going to get hit with privacy lawsuits.
Oh, for God's sake.
You don't deserve to know how I like my ketchup.
There's no privacy left anymore. People are going to know what your condiment habits are. It's out there. But
privacy is not a thing. I've always said that. It's not a thing.
It's not a thing anymore.
It's never been a
everything
thing.
About our lives is out there.
If it doesn't exist in the wild, it cannot exist. It just can't. It just can't exist.
Well, I don't know what that has to do with privacy.
Naturally. If it doesn't exist naturally, it just cannot exist.
Okay.
Privacy does not exist naturally in the world, so it cannot exist.
Well, apparently in this digital age, it absolutely does not exist.
No, you could do all the things you want to do. You might get some privacy, but you're not going to get 100%.
Literally, I told you this story, and I think I posted it on Facebook this past week. We were talking about the fact that we needed new dog tags for the dogs. We literally, because we needed new dog tags. One of them fell off and broke. We needed new dog tags. Within an hour, I started getting ads on Facebook and my email for dog tags for dogs. Because my fucking iPhone is listening to every fucking word I say. Guaranteed. How else would I be getting those messages?
Sure you didn't Google it?
I didn't. I did not. We were talking about the fact that we needed new bar stools. And I started getting bar stools ads up the ass.
Yeah. My thing is I was looking for outdoor sectionals. and I Googled it once, and now my Facebook and Instagram, everything that I go to is loaded with outdoor sectionals.
No privacy anymore, people. Does this cut the mustard? Oscar Mayer announced this past week that their 87-year-old Wienermobile is getting a new name.
No, don't change what's not broken.
That's what I think. It's now called the Frankmobile to bring attention to their new all-beef Frank recipe.
No, I don't like it.
I didn't know this. There's currently a fleet of 6 mobiles around the country as part of their meat fleet.
That I love. Never change
I
that.
love meat fleet.
Never change meat fleet.
I actually want to be a part of the meat fleet. These mobiles crisscross the country to fairs and events, and you can. There was one here in Vegas, I think, just like 2 weeks ago.
Isn't it true that we passed a Wienermobile on one of our?
I think we did on one of our cross country trips.
On one of our cross country trips, and one time only, we passed a Wienermobile.
And guess what the drivers are called? The guys or girls or whatever that drive the Frank / Wienermobiles.
Yeah,
they're called hot doggers.
Love it. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Oscar Mayer has hinted that this might not be permanent,
No.
this new name. I think they're going to go back to Wienermobile because that's just fucking cool.
Yeah, the
Wiener is better than Frank, but both work for a hot dog, I think. All right, here's something that just steamed me up this week, and I posted it on Facebook, and I commented on it on the news sites. The Las Vegas Super Bowl committee is looking for 7,000 volunteers to man the next game, which is coming up this February here in Vegas. We're very excited about having the Super Bowl here in Vegas for the first time, but they want 7,000 people to work for free.
I hate this. I hate everything about
the
this.
NFL. Okay, you ready for this? We've talked about this before. I think we talked about this when we were talking about the basketball championships last year in March Madness. NFL makes over $600 million a year in profit from the Super Bowl. That's revenue mostly from ad revenue on TV, but also for the television rights and many different areas. $600 million. And the host city, which will be Las Vegas this year, makes about $25 million.
And that's bullshit.
But they want 7,000 volunteers to work for free for this event.
No.
Give me a fucking break.
No.
Where are all these 7,000 people coming from that don't have jobs?
And my whole thing.
And 2, why would you work for free for an organization that makes $600 million a year?
My whole problem with this whole thing is that and this is not just the NFL, this is the MLB, all these sports teams, but you're not going to get anything unless the states just start saying no.
No.
You want to have a business in my city?
You want to build a stadium in our
then
city?
You build
pay
the
for
business.
it, you fucking billionaire.
You got to pay for it.
Exactly. All these teams are owned by billionaires. Why don't they fucking build the stadiums?
Right.
It's bullshit that they expect taxpayers to pay for it.
Stupid.
Anyway, I will not be volunteering to work for the Super Bowl, and I won't be going to the Super Bowl. Dale and I will be literally 2.5 songs away from the Super Bowl, but we're going to be watching it at home because I don't want to get anywhere near it.
What if we get free tickets?
Oh, if we get free tickets, I'm going. I'm going. Tucker Carlson, he was fired from Fox News after the Dominion voting system settlement and all the tweets that came out about him. Did you know this? He's getting paid. So he had 2 years left on his contract.
I knew it was going to be a big sum.
They paid him $20 million to go away. The man, don't feel sorry for him. He got a paycheck. He literally left the door with $20 million.
Yeah.
He uploaded this past week a video announcing his move to Twitter that's been viewed 78 million times. So he thinks he's going to move his show from 8 p.m. on Fox to some kind of bullshit on Twitter.
Yeah.
Elon Musk came up and said, Twitter has no agreement or plans with Tucker, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But
it's weird that he would choose that platform. And I know that Twitter, I think I told you earlier.
I would think YouTube would be a better place.
YouTube seems like a more appropriate place to do your shit.
Or something where people could pay. Because you thought that maybe Twitter had a pay pay-per-view section now.
I think so. I'm not a Twitter user, but I thought they implemented a thing called like Twitter Spaces or something.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a way that you could generate content and you can have like a subscription to it. But maybe I'm wrong because I've never used Twitter.
I think if we could get people to pay like 5 cents to listen to the Swish Edition every week,
We'd have a quarter.
we could probably buy one coffee. In related news, a new political action committee has been set up to get Tucker Carlson to run for president. Come on. I mean, we've heard crazier shit.
Yeah.
Ads are now running on Newsmax and other similar cable channels that no one's watching. They say Tucker Carlson is witty, sharp, and mocks wake nonsense. Tucker will help whip Biden in a debate. But Tucker said just as recently as last year that he'd never consider running for president. He's not interested. And Tucker's camp said this week that no one should donate to this stupid PAC.
Yeah, because I mean, this
Tucker
could be just a bullshit
Tucker has no
thing
plans to run for president.
that people are just trying to generate revenue.
Well, he'd never win. He'd never win either. Maybe he's got a couple million fans out there, but it takes more than a couple million to win the presidency. Should we switch to entertainment news real quick?
Yes.
All right. So we got to tell you guys, we are super excited about this show we're watching right now. Maybe you've already watched it because it's already out and over, but we're watching The Diplomat on Netflix. It came out in April, I think. 10 episodes, is that right? Or is it 8? Maybe it's 8.
8.
8.
Wait. 8.
Yeah, 8. We still have like 3 or 4 to go. We're halfway through. Carrie Russell is the star of this, and she plays the diplomat, and she is sent by the President of the United States over to London to be the ambassador of the United Kingdom. And it's a little like a cross between West Wing and the show 24. So it's fast. You got to really pay attention. There's a lot of dialogue. You literally have to. You can't like walk out of the room for 5 minutes and come back. You need to be watching every second of it because there's a lot of dialogue and there's a lot going on, and I love every second of it. It's a great show, and Carrie Russell is amazing in this.
Love her. She's great in this.
So check it out. It's called The Diplomat on Netflix. So, and there's going to be a second season. We found out. Also, in entertainment news, it was announced while we were gone that Tim Burton is teaming up again with Winona Ryder and Michael Keaton to do a Beetlejuice sequel. Beetlejuice originally came out in 1988. Holy crap. It's been 30-something years.
I do like that movie.
They're going to do a reimagination of this. And Jenna Ortega, who we've talked about on the show just recently because she was in Scream 6, and she is also known for Wednesday on Netflix, I think.
Yes.
She's going to play the daughter of Winona Ryder. So she's like kind of the next generation.
That's perfect because they actually, thinking about it, they look alike.
They do look alike. So she's going to be dealing with Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice character, and Winona will be in there somewhere. And then Justin Theroux is also being thrown in. We don't know what he's going to do, but excited about that. Beetlejuice coming to theaters near you sometime, I don't know when, because the writers probably aren't working on it right now. So could be 2028. I don't know. Big news from Paramount Global. I don't know if you guys know this. So there are these big companies that own everything. Paramount Global is CBS, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, MTV, Showtime. They own a couple other things. I think they own ID too that you like.
They might.
MTV News is shutting down after, oh my God, all these years. MTV started in 1981. MTV News was there at the beginning. They're shutting down the entire MTV News. I didn't even know MTV News was still a thing.
I thought that went away in 30 years ago.
MTV, it might not matter. MTV is nothing but a joke anymore. A bunch of third-rate reality shows. It's Pregnant in 16 and Ridiculousness, and I don't even know what's left on MTV.
It's all reality show.
There's no music left on MTV.
I haven't watched it since they turned over.
Yeah. If you guys still have MTV Classic on your cable,
That's good.
That's good because they show all the original music videos from the 80s, 90s.
I mean, when I was a kid in the 90s, I remember literally running from the school bus home, because I would get home at 3:30, and 3:30 was when TRO would start.
Yeah, Total Request Live. I love
And
that
I
show.
loved it.
But I mean, Kurt Loder must be spinning in his grave that MTV News is dead.
Kurt Loder's dead.
I don't think he's dead. No, but he would be spinning if he was dead.
I don't think he's.
It just seems wrong. I was just talking about that yesterday.
I know.
The other day we were watching
Serena Auchel.
Serena Atchell, who now works for CBS News, and she does a lot of profiles for Sunday Morning, which is one of our favorite shows.
She's been on CBS for a long while.
Let me just do a commercial for that. If you guys aren't watching CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley and all the great correspondence that they have, it's one of the best shows of the fucking week on broadcast TV. It's 2 hours of feel good, wonderful stories. And I just fucking love it. I look forward to waking up on Sunday mornings to watch that show.
Yeah, because because we're CBS fans.
Yeah, we watch it all.
And it goes for me like this: CBS Sunday morning,
Saturday morning,
CBS weekday, and then Saturday.
Oh, I love Saturday.
I cannot stand Saturday.
Oh, I love Saturday morning.
I don't like Saturday.
Oh, I love Saturday morning.
All right,
so
let's
we're
get this
different
shit
on
done.
it. He wants to get the shit done. Speaking of Paramount reality shows, Las Vegas is getting a new reality show based on a gentleman's club that Dale and I recently went to. The Crazy Horse is getting its own reality show. To me, this seems like a monumentally bad idea, given what goes on there. I mean, I got sat on by a Russian whore. I mean, you got boobs in your face. How are they going to do that? How are they going to make a reality show on Paramount Plus?
Why not? It's a streaming platform. You have to pay for it. I'm tired. This fucking FCC shit. We should not be.
But who's going to sign the releases? What guys who go into this gentleman's club are going to sign the release to be on the fucking TV show?
So you do out their faces, but don't you think it's 2023? And this is what fucking it's weird because we're going backwards in this country. We should be going forward. I still don't understand why there's still no. I take that back. There is a purpose for FCC. There is a purpose for FCC,
Yes.
and that's to give licenses, for data transfers and stuff like that. But the fact that they oversee TV
Broadcast.
and that you can't show a boobie, and you should be able to show anything you freaking want, anything you want.
Okay, well, they might do that on the Paramount Plus Crazy Horse reality show that's coming soon to your TV.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either because we've been there.
Motorboated twice that night.
He got motorboated.
I didn't even ask for it. They literally grabbed my head and I was Me Too'd.
Like you had boobs on both sides of your cheeks.
I was Me Too'd.
Meanwhile, one of our favorite shows is returning. No, Dale and I actually are very excited about this because we're huge Gordon Ramsay fans. He's bringing Kitchen Nightmares back to TV after a 10-year absence. There's a Kitchen Nightmares channel on like Tubi or one of those crazy internet channels.
It might be Tubi because I've watched it a few times.
The original show ran on Fox from 2007 to 2014. There was about 100 episodes. I don't literally know how this man has time to do everything he does. So if you guys don't know what Kitchen Nightmares is, this is where Gordon Ramsay goes to a restaurant somewhere in the country that is a piece of shit and needs so much help to get back on their feet, and he totally turns it around. He redoes the menu, he redoes the dining room, he kicks out, he fires people, he redoes the whole place. And that's what Kitchen Nightmares is. And it's a great, fun show, and we love it. And I'm so glad it's coming back. And I don't know why he has time, because he already has Next Level Chef, Hell's Kitchen, Master Chef, and Master Chef Jr. all on Fox. This man has 5 shows on Fox.
Yeah.
Not only does he have 5 shows on Fox, he has 58 restaurants around the world.
Yeah. But my favorite was Hotel Hell.
Hotel Hell was great. This man has... Here's the last point here, Dale. He's had 20 different shows on TV, both in the United Kingdom and the United States. 20 different shows. I don't know. How does this man function? He does it all.
I don't know,
He's like Martha Stewart times 10.
Yeah, I like it, though.
Dale's going to be very excited about this next story. He wants me to hurry up. But Weeds and Nurse Jackie are returning to Showtime with their original stars.
I don't know. This seems
All right, so on the fence on this one. Okay, so Edie Falco was Nurse Jackie. Mary Louise Parker was the lead in Weeds. Both of these shows kind of went down the tubes towards the end of their run.
I love Weeds until
season 4.
Something
season
like
1, 2, and 3 were great.
It's whenever the neighborhood burned down, and then it just went.
Oh, when she went to Mexico, that's when
Mexico
and the drug lord,
New York.
Yeah.
I didn't like.
Right.
There was episodes when they were like in Iceland. Horrible.
All right, well, Mary Louise Parker and Edie Falco are coming back. Weeds and Nurse Jackie are getting a reboot 10 years
Hunter
later.
Parrish coming
I
back?
hope so. Anyway, they're saying these could be back as early as the first quarter of 2024, but of course there's a writer's strike going on, so I think everything's on hold.
Regardless
right
of
now.
that, I'll give it a 2-episode try. We'll see.
All right. We'll skip this next story and talk about Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton's Rockstar, they finally announced that her Rockstar album is finally going on sale. But this is what I don't understand. Why announce it all and then wait 6 months before you put it out? So the first single came out, World on Fire. Did you watch it and listen to it?
Mm-mm.
I sent it to you
I
listen
know.
to in anticipation of recording this show.
I forgot all about it.
Anyway, it's a really good song, and she sounds great on it. She's 77 years old, and she's releasing a Rockstar album. But here's the thing, guys. This is what is so phenomenal about this. Never in the world of albums has this many super fucking stars been on one album. Here are the guest artists on the album that's coming out November 17th. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Richie Sambora, Sting, Steve Perry, Ann Wilson, John Fogerty, Steven Tyler, Stevie Nicks, Peter Frampton, Joan Jett, Pink, Debbie Harry, Elton John, Melissa Etheridge, Lizzo, Nikki Sixx, Simon Le Bon, Sheryl Crow, Michael McDonald, Pat Benatar, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and Kid Rock. It's a fucking amazing lineup.
It's weird, but it's also amazing that people like I don't know, Steve Perry,
yes,
John Fogerty,
yeah,
Steven Tyler, Stevie Nicks, Ann Wilson. Are they all dead?
No, they're still alive. But it's what's crazy is that she put Kid Rock on there. He's very controversial right now. He's the one who shot up the Bud Light cans because of Bud Light's support of the trans person Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah.
And he's also donating to, just came out last night that he's donating $2 million to Daniel Penny's defense. Daniel Penny is the Marine who is in trouble for choke holding the guy on the New York subway.
Yeah.
But obviously Kid Rock thinks that he deserves to get off, so he's giving him $2 million. I don't know either way. I don't know all the circumstances, so I have no opinion on that.
None.
But it's interesting that Dolly Parton put Kid Rock on that. But anyway, I'm very excited about this album. I think everyone will be because of the sheer talent from the last 40 years of rock and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Ann Wilson, one of my favorite voices in all of music.
Thought she was dead.
Would you stop with that? That's just ridiculous. Why would you think that? Or even what would make you think that?
Old.
I mean,
old. That's why I think that. Old.
Hard.
Because you were about to say, why would you think it or why would you want that? I don't want it. I just assumed they were all fucking dead.
I didn't say that.
You were going to.
I wasn't even thinking that.
You were thinking that.
Anyway, we're going to go listen to some Heart albums now because some of their songs are my favorite songs ever.
Oh my God.
That one where she picks up the guy on the side of the road and has sex with him. I love that song.
From Heart?
Yes. It's one of their classics.
Pick up a guy on the side of the road.
It's a rainy night, and she picks up the guy, and they have sex, and then he never sees
a rainy night.
No, that's not it. All right, we'll be back next week. We'll have at least one more show for you. I don't know if we're going beyond that. Dale's pissing me off.
Yeah.
All right, this was a long show, Marcy. 44 minutes.
Dale. Hey, Scott. Pull yourself away from those slot machines just for a second.